Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hello.
And Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi there.
Happy Sunday, Heather.
Hello. Happy Sunday.
And Lindsey is here. Hi, Lindsey.
Hello.
How is everyone? How did you survive last week? Because it was like 10,000 days long.
Mm-hmm. It's been a hellish month.
Okay. It's just been,
Yeah,
I
It's
feel
been
like
a
we've been saying
hellish
for years.
2026. Is it or is it December yet?
I feel like, we've talked about it.
Yet.
I know, seriously.
It's-
We've had so much going on. I have been staying up super late every single night lately. I don't know how I'm functioning.
Like, what is super late?
Like anywhere from the 11:30 to 1:30 time period. And okay,
that
like
is late.
before you go having sympathy for me, like I'm making these hard choices. Like yesterday I went for a hike and I was like, you know what? A cold brew with cold foam. I was like, yeah, for sure. Let's do that at 4:30 in the afternoon. And as I was drinking it, I was like, this is a bad idea. This is a terrible idea. I shouldn't be doing this. I have no business.
See,
At
I
4
haven't reached the stage where I can't drink caffeine after a certain hour yet. Thank the frickin' Lord.
Oh, that's lucky for you.
Oh, but it's other things that
Did
throw
it make
me
you
off.
feel better though? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I
Was it
loved
worth
I was
it?
so productive like the rest of the evening
Go.
because like I haven't been hiking. I hurt my foot, so I haven't been
Oh,
going on big
no.
hikes or anything. And then the hike I picked was a stupid one to like get back in because it's like straight up, like just straight
Oh.
up. And I was like, we're gonna have to, after a mile of that, I was like, we're gonna turn around and do something else because like I was like, this is not good for the foot.
I also think that for some of us, the undiagnosed ADHD and caffeine, that's why it doesn't affect us.
Hey, I'm getting evaluated. I'm making a diagnosis.
She might also end up with a grippy sock vacation. So watch for updates, friends.
With a what?
Grippy sock vacation.
Shut up. That was
Oh,
just
I just didn't hear.
uncalled for.
Okay.
We call them weaving baskets up here. I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but yeah.
Oh, the psych ward's called the weaving baskets?
I don't know if that's, I
Well,
don't
it's like
know,
the
like a little hobby thing, you know?
Yeah.
I do like a good basket weave.
Jenny and I are talking ourselves out of getting a new hobby. We keep seeing everyone rebuying books and we're like,
Oh
I
no,
don't
I
need
have
a
the
new-
things for that.
we don't need it. We ship it up to me. So then when you're done or when it sits there for 6 months.
It's in a
Yeah.
box, and I don't think it's in this house yet.
I have notebook inserts if you want to do that with journals, line journals. I during COVID got really into before COVID I got really into it, but I found a place in Germany and there you had to buy a certain amount and they were like 80 cents each, but you bought a certain amount and they gave you free shipping from Europe. I was like, so
Ooh, it's
obviously I
worth
had to
it.
buy and it wasn't that much. It was like $50, but I have like now $50 worth of journal inserts and I only did like 20. Because I hurt my hand and couldn't do it anymore. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you want to practice with notebooks,
Yeah. They just look so cool. I love watching them.
Mhm.
I just don't think I could do it.
It would
What,
take me
the
100
annotating?
years,
The
but-
annotating?
No,
No,
like
where
the
you
book
rip-
binding, rebinding the
Oh,
books.
rebinding the books? Yeah, no. We actually, it's funny because Mike, when we first started way back doing the book journals that for the Patreon
Yeah.
members and stuff,
Oh yeah.
Mike and I first looked at him like trying to see if he could bind them and make them.
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just need space to do it now. And time. I don't have a lot of time either.
I
but
tried to bejewel a cover and no, not for me.
I
I
don't
did
like the
that
bejeweled
too.
Not
covers.
for me.
I have the stuff.
I don't
I
like
have
the
the stuff
shiny
and I've
things
done
like
it.
that, though.
Oh, I have the stuff because, when I say something's going to be a hobby and I'm going to try it, I'm full in on it. in 2020, when we were home, I bought a wool felting kit.
Oh, like the
Yeah, because I was going to felt, like I thought that was the coolest thing when, you can thrift and buy sweaters and then people felt them into purses and really cool stuff. I stabbed my finger one time with the needle tool and I
you were done.
was done.
my
So
God.
it's in a box somewhere. Not here. Not currently available.
We
but
need to have like an ADHD craft like swap.
a craft swap,
I-
maybe.
So I've been destashing old crafts and stuff on Mercari for a while, and I highly recommend it because like some of the stuff was like limited edition subscription boxes that I never messed with. And like those were deep discounted, so like I actually was able to like make more money selling stuff
Oh,
than I
nice.
did buying
Nice.
them, which is good because then it made me feel really good about just like donating stuff that I needed gone immediately.
Well, and you're like, I spent the money on this, and then it sat
Yeah.
in a box that sat in a box and never moved again. So I'm reaping like the reward of my laziness.
Jenny says her library has a yearly craft swap. I think
Oh,
that's
nice.
fabulous because, like,
That's smart.
Mhm.
back in maybe it was January-ish, our library held like a Saturday workshop to do the cross-stitched bookmark, to keep the book tracker bookmark and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. But the event was filled. Like, they had all the seats were taken. And I was chatting with one of the gunkles, David, and I was like, he's like, are you going to go do that? And I said, all the seats are filled. So, we're waitlisted. He's like, seriously, we're waitlisted for a library thing? I said, yes. We are that uncool. The library waitlisted us. So I went on Etsy and I bought the patterns, and he and I were going to sit down with his friend Allison and we were going to figure out how we were going to do it. And I have buckets of cross stitch thread.
Floss.
Yeah, floss, because my mom, we cross stitched for years. Anyway, guess what has never seen the light of day?
I can cross stitch somewhat and counted. No, because counting and I do not get along. I have a lot of crocheting stuff too, because I learned how to crochet when I was little. Like I was in a sewing club and a crocheting club.
The amount of
So
fabric
we have so
Sydney
much yarn.
has
We have
and
like
yarn.
4 sets of like crochet hooks.
So much stuff.
I
Paints.
am like the only person in here that's like not crafty. Like I don't craft anything. I have 0 crafting hobbies. I will annotate a
Be
book and that's
happy that
about
you
it.
don't, because you will just have boxes of things that you spent so much
Yeah.
money on.
Do you know
But
how
I
much?
have no like artistic bone in my body, like
No,
none
you don't need
at
to be
all.
artsy to be crafty though.
I mean, you probably need at least a little bit, and I don't have any.
So cleaning out my mom's stuff, she did cards and
Oh.
had like stamps and scrapbooking paper and
Yeah.
markers
You
and
put that shit on
pens.
Facebook. Somebody will snap it up.
I donated some to the local
Stamping it up.
library. I gave some to the local middle school in the summer.
Oh,
They
nice.
host the kids for summer lunch.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And they have different craft projects. So the person at the school system, I gave them those. But I'm like, she had one of the fancy like cutter machines that cut out the like stamp form. I don't know.
Oh.
Like she had.
Very nice.
It's like an old school Cricut. So like at the elementary schools, they were die cutter, right? Like a
Yeah.
die cut
Well,
machine.
yeah. And this one does stamping too. Like I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. The amount of markers and pens alone. But crafting is not why we're here tonight.
Isn't it? I mean,
Weird.
Weird. We could probably do an episode on crafting. But
We could just all sit on a call together for 45 minutes and just shoot the shit, and people would be like, these guys are unhinged.
these people are ridiculous. What is wrong with them? And I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, but some of these people have been with us for many years now, and so
got
I
it.
don't think anything that we do surprises them
No,
anymore.
I don't think so either. And apparently Bonnie at one point had an entire quilt shop because of ADHD crafts.
That's awesome.
This is why Bonnie is our people.
Okay, so it is end of the first quarter of 2026. Actually, like first quarter, and then we're 1 month almost into second quarter. Um, and we thought it would be fun to take a pause and look at what we've been reading so far this year. Where are we sticking to like our goals or our habits that we hope to have for this year? As far as reading, we're not talking about New Year's resolutions. We're only talking about reading goals.
Resolutions don't exist.
Some of us are killing it in the books. Some of us are mood reading chaos gremlins. Some of us are staring at our Kindle like it personally offended us.
I was going to say, that's you.
That is me.
Rachel.
So that is this episode. It's really unscripted. It's us just talking about what we're reading, what's on our TBR, any trends we're kind of seeing. I did earlier this week write an article last Friday. Katie Robert had put a thread out about talking about the viral era of books, which felt very reminiscent to the idea of this, of the start of the indies in 2014, 2015. And she talked about, so the last 5 years, 2020 to really end of 2024, beginning of 2025. I heard someone refer to it as the indie scoop. I do not like that. I do not. It was Elliot Rose.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. But you know,
Like
we've
a scoop, like an ice cream scoop?
I
like
think so.
scooped up the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, you know, that's something that we've talked about for the last 2 years. Publishing is building their profits on the back of indie success right now. We've seen some that have had even more success in the commercial publishing spaces. We've also seen some that don't like the trad space. And we can make some assumptions based on things that we're seeing with sales and choices and how people are doing things. It's been really interesting watching this week. Because one of the things that I talked about in that book is kind of like trends we expect to see in the next year, like in 1 year, what's going to be big? Are we going to see more indie authors making the evolution or making the jump over to trad? And then midweek this week, or it might have been Thursday even, I don't know if you saw it, Amanda, there were a couple indie authors talking, or they're not indie authors. They were indie. They are now with publishers. And somebody asked the question, what is one thing you wish you had known before you went in and signed a deal with your publisher?
I saw a couple of those.
I
Yeah,
was
we saw that because you
shocked.
sent it to us, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I did. Well, but you don't always click on everything I sent you.
No, Brides I
Well, I
usually
think we were
click
talking
on.
about that though.
But
I
we
think,
were
didn't
talking
we?
about
Yeah.
it. Because, well, it was that and there was something like right underneath of it that we were talking
Yeah,
about too.
it was shocking to me, the authors that were in there that are still under contract with publishers,
That
talking
are
about
not
all the
happy
things
at
they don't
all.
like about publishing
Yeah.
and being with a big five. And so we're going to kind of talk a little bit about that, because those trends I think are going to affect, like we can see deals happening, because books that are being signed as deals right now are books that we'll get in a year. Like I saw Elliot Rose, she signed a deal for a 3-book hockey series, which I'm sorry, she could not get veterinary medicine in the States correctly. She's from New Zealand. How is she going to get hockey?
I don't know.
Hopefully somebody at the publisher is going to help with
I
that.
hope. I have so many
Yeah, but-
questions.
When she sold those books, you would think somebody would have reread them and said, this is wrong.
Not necessarily, because
Yeah.
of her
Yes, I
character. So
know.
there are two things to think about. One, some authors can sell a book on what we call spec. They have an
Yeah, I
idea,
know.
they have a
It
series
just bugs me
idea,
every time.
a series synopsis, because their name alone will sell a book.
Yeah.
So
I know it happens, but it still bugs me that it happens because it's
Yeah.
like you buy this book and it's fucking wrong, people.
yeah. Okay, so let's start with, what are we reading right now? Anybody reading anything fabulous? Have you tried anything new or different?
I finished the other day, and Leah's talked about this book before, but The Boots Beneath Her Bed by Taylor Esposito,
Wasn't it
which is out on
amazing?
Tuesday. It is so good. It's a debut book. It is kind of rancher cowboy-ish. She's a horse trainer. Like this book is very, it reminds me of like older, like Western style books. It is almost like Nora Roberts in the way it is almost like a saga. I mean, other than you're
It's
getting
so
like separate, people in different books, but it is like this, I don't know. It reminds me so much of like my early reading years. It's
So
very
what
good.
is the book again and the author?
Boots Beneath Her Bed by Taylor Esposito.
Okay.
Like
It's out on
honestly,
Tuesday.
if you did not know it was a debut,
No.
like you would not know it's a debut. It is that well done. I I said it after I interviewed her. Like it is one of the best debuts I think I have read in years.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
there's
Same.
just something about the way that she wrote it, and she either had an editor that was like the most amazing editor ever, or she just is really that talented, which it could be that, because just talking to her and the way that she wrote the like established the story and stuff. I'm really excited for you guys to listen to the interview.
Yeah.
But it's such a good book.
Yeah, and I'm like desperate for book 2 already.
I
Like
know,
I've like it's
and it's gonna be a while before we get it.
yeah, I know, but it's so well done. Like I was very impressed. I liked it a lot.
The audio release is the same day as the book, it looks like,
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, I think it's with a trad publisher.
It
So.
It
is.
is.
Heather, what
I-
are you reading right now? Anything phenomenal?
No,
No.
I hate my Kindle. I don't know. I have only read 45 books this year.
I'm only at 33.
Nothing is like, I returned all my Kindle Unlimiteds except for like 3 because like the
Mhm.
Puck Boys came out, but
I'm
I
down to
had no
4.
arcs for April, and I like was reading a series and I really liked it, so I signed up for like the 3rd book because I was like nothing was hitting.
Yeah, I get that. Lindsay, are you reading anything that's outstanding that you like
I've
have?
actually had a really good reading year for me so far. Like I read 52 books so far,
Wow.
which usually like I read about 150 books a year, so
Mhm.
like that's way ahead of where I normally am this time of year. Um I've been reading a lot. I think what has helped is um I was like in this slump where I was just like hating everything I read because I was reading really popular books that had come out, like things that people had recommended a lot. And I just been so disappointed. What really kind of flipped the switch for me was For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn. Like in theory, that book had such a great concept. It was such a fun book starting off. She opened like the female main character dies and she opens a help desk in the afterlife to hell to like help souls kind of come to grips with why they're going to hell and what the whole deal is. So she becomes friends with the like Lucifer, she becomes friends with all these demons. It's very cool. She falls in love with a demon, blah blah blah. You get it. It sounds great, right? No,
Right.
it's awful.
Did
It
not
just
hit
like
me.
hits the 50% mark and then it just dies. And that kind of made me mad because it's like you get so excited for a book, you spend so much resource capital on a book, like resource capital being like my attention
Mhm.
Your
in my
attention,
free
your
time. That is
time.
extremely limited.
Yeah.
And I get mad. I get real mad. And yeah, so what I did is I switched to um basically authors and genres I like. So there were a couple of um there were like for some reason I'd skipped the second book in Bourbon Canyon by Walker Rose. So I went back and reread that one. I went back and I read the last series from the last couple books actually. It's an incomplete series, but the last 2 books from Brittany Shaheen.
Mhm.
I've been reading, I read Riley Edwards' new series. I read Anna Hackett. Um, she did like a re-release. So like I basically pivoted to either only like authors that I know and love,
Yeah.
baseball books, um, paranormal, like wolf shifters. Like I always love a wolf shifter. You can get away with a lot in that for me.
Yeah.
So like kind of sticking with things that I really like and then just like umbrella anything suspense is great.
Mhm.
So that has really ramped up my reading a lot.
I think that is so smart. So
Yeah.
smart. I mean, and that's, when I was struggling at the beginning of the year, that's what Leah said to me. Go back, read category, read the Julie Garwood, read the books. Brenda Jackson. I read 3 Brenda Jackson books. Like, go back and read the books that you love to help reignite that spark. And it has worked at times, and then I'll try something else, like, okay, I'm read 3 books by Brenda Jackson. Maybe I'm cured. Not that I was sick or anything, but oh, maybe I can enjoy something else, and I'll pick something else up and I'll be like, never mind, still broken.
Well, but I don't think it's that you're broken. I think it's just the books we're picking up are not, they're not hitting the spot, and some of them are just not well done. It's
Yeah.
like authors, there are some authors who I've read multiple books from. It's just I'm reading the same book. Like I want to read them because I enjoyed their stories, but I like the fact that like their stories were like differed from book to book, and now like it's just like beating a dead horse and they're all the same.
Well, like I tried the new Sadie Kincaid, The Auction. I wish
Yeah.
I hadn't.
Was it not
I mean,
good?
I've seen that
I
from several
didn't
people.
love her New York series. I feel like it didn't have the magic of the books in the Chicago series. Like, I mean, I love Dante. I love Joey Lorenzo can die off a cliff, but I really have enjoyed a lot of her writing. And I was like, okay, The Auction, this, maybe some of the things that I don't love because she has an in-house editor now at the publisher. I thought, okay, this is going to be great. It was not. And you and I had done the audio for The Story of My Life by Lucy Score. And so I thought, okay, well, we'll try book 2. Her publicist had reached out to me and said, hey, would you like a copy of this? I took it and I tried it. I wish I hadn't tried it. I would like those couple hours back that I tried to give it.
Yeah.
It was really not okay. I'm not okay.
Yeah, I'm just out here reading way too many arcs off NetGalley. I just looked at my numbers. It's like
Oh my gosh, Amanda. So
I've read 74 books this year. 27 of them were arcs.
April, I have a bunch of reviews to do, but I only have 4 arcs left on NetGalley.
But how many did you pick after you were on there?
None. I didn't request
really? You
any.
clicked out?
I clicked out.
Because the other day I got something from someone and I clicked into it and I requested that because it was a book that I really wanted to. I don't remember what started the downward spiral, but then once I was on there, I was looking and magically 7 more books showed up on my Kindle because I have no control when I am over there.
Oh, I have so many.
No
many.
control.
The only thing that will really get me to read an arc is if it's an author I like, because I did get arcs. I think I got 4 through NetGalley, and I wasn't disappointed. I picked different books that I'd read. I actually really liked the ones that I got, but then the problem is some of them they come out so far down the road that
You
if
forget
I
about
don't write
them.
the review right away, I forget, and then I'm like, Jesus, and I wind up being out running errands, submitting the NetGalley reviews on my phone
It's
while
okay.
I'm waiting in a coffee shop line, and I'm like, this is not how I want to be spending my
Oh no.
I forget that I have the book sometimes. Then I'm like, oh, I really want to read that. I'm like, oh, I have it already. I've had it for a while now.
Yeah, I
mine-
mean, a lot of the stuff I got this year, though, I've not accepted as many from publishers this year. A lot of it was just second books in series that we read last year or highly anticipated releases. I really haven't taken that much
slippery slope over
it's
there.
just it's
slippery
You
the
slope.
also,
problem.
though, come across something random and then
I
seek out
do.
the publisher and are like, please, ma'am, can I have this?
It's not random. It's usually highly I mean, it's something I usually want.
Sometimes it's random.
I mean, maybe, but
I mean, maybe. Well, Amanda, I feel you. Of my 45 books,
How many
20 of
yours?
them were
Yeah.
arcs. So that's
Yeah.
40, almost 45%.
Yeah.
I don't know how many books I've read. I was real good January, February, and we all know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. And then I was looking at the Amazon Top 100 this week.
I haven't done that in a while.
Oh,
Okay.
me
Yeah.
neither.
First of all,
There's
it
not a
is
lot of
not
romance in there.
romance heavy as it used to be.
Because I think the other day there was like out of 100 books, there was maybe 10 that were romance.
Yeah.
Was it like thriller or just more fiction or what
It's
was
more
the
thriller. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
romantasy. Like right now,
Yeah, I wasn't
Definitely
counting
both her
romantasies.
books are on there. She's sitting at number 1. But like, and I know that Lena Hendricks, her last book didn't even scratch top 100 on Amazon.
Mm-mm.
And then she just had that trad release and it didn't boost because it was a re-release of a book that's already been written.
I was gonna say, was that was one that she'd released before,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
But a lot
Yeah.
of times you'll see a boost in
Yeah.
the backlist read of people thinking that it's like a new book. And it didn't. It hasn't really gone anywhere. She hasn't had, outstanding movement or sales on it. Of course, there's a few sprinkled in dark romances and a few
Okay.
hockey here and there, but really it is much more thriller genre fiction.
I was gonna say there was a lot of genre fiction. Carl was up there
Interesting.
like 3 or 4
I was
times
gonna
too.
Dungeon
Oh, yeah.
Crawler Carl is
Did
So,
you
like,
see the new
sprinkled.
fancy special edition that's coming out in November for book 1, Heather?
Yes,
no, I didn't.
It's beautiful.
it's real pretty.
It's
So I'm
real.
probably gonna need that for Owen because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda got me. I ordered some for Liam,
Yeah.
so apparently I'm getting my kids into buying special editions.
My
It's
fault.
There you
insane.
go.
Well, so yesterday I took the kids, we went shopping because both wanted some new clothes, which that was a mistake. Don't ever take your kids clothes shopping. But then we had to go to Target to pick up some stuff. And Nora was like, I need a new book for school because
Mhm.
she can't use her Kindle at school like during like ELA, like some of like
Independent reading.
the down times of the day. And so we were looking and she found this one and had really pretty painted edges and she's like, I've already read this one and I like it, so can I get this? And then she's like, and this one I haven't read yet, but I do like, or I haven't read it yet, but I like the author. And it was the same author for both books. And so I was like, okay, but like the one did not have painted or sprayed edges, but it was really sticky on the front because like the sticker had been pulled off and then like
Oh.
slammed back on. So I was like, let's go see if they have another one because this is gross and I don't know if I can get it on. And there, lo and behold, there was that book with really pretty edges. And I was like, I'm really disappointed in you that you did not find this one.
That you
She's
didn't
like,
Mhm.
give the
I
price.
didn't realize it was the same book. I'm like, have I taught you nothing?
You're like, I'm so disappointed.
Oh, and then the other day she had to, because I changed passwords on a couple of things and she had to sign into her Kindle and it wasn't working right because for some reason it was just like slow. And Michael looks at her and he's like, you have actual books that you could read. She's like, those are just for my shelves.
And my children are the opposite. They will not read on the
Oh, she
Kindle.
likes the
Oh,
ebook.
so I had 2 different people send to me today a thread that talks about referring to Gen Z as the Christopher Columbus generation because they're out here discovering all these new things that are not new. Jenny sent it to me and Laura sent it to me earlier in the day. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
yep. But it'll be really interesting to see if these older Gen Z people, as they are now graduating college and having to go out into the world and buy their own stuff, if they're going to stick with their I can only read paperback bullshit.
But
Also,
also, do you know how many of them
Oh,
like,
and
don't understand
Madonna.
the concept of showing up to things on time?
and Madonna, they just discovered Madonna.
Yeah,
Did you
I
know
think
that
that
she was at Sabrina
that was
Carpenter?
making me
Oh my
crazy
God.
yesterday.
brand
I
spanking
I was
new?
like doom scrolling and I came across that and like the people like the way they were freaking out. I'm like, seriously, like
Well,
she is old.
They don't know who
people.
Madonna is. That tells me that's their parents' fault. Because
Yeah.
the Burrier children do know who Madonna is because of the hours of Guitar Hero and Rock Band that we played on the Wii.
Wow. I just
Oh,
exposed them
Michael
to-
says
well,
there's
I don't
no
really listen to
Madonna songs on
but-
those games. I think there was. Something they played had a Madonna song on it. And both my
I've
children
just-
can Vogue. I'm just saying.
Can I see that next time we're there?
We're like Dave Matthews, like grunge 90s people.
Nora has been listening to Nirvana, and it makes me very happy.
We're big Nirvana people too.
Yeah.
Also, Bruce Hornsby, do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's a big fan.
I
He's
like the
back
Foo
in
Fighters
town.
a lot.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't like Dave so much anymore.
Not
'cause-
anymore.
Oh,
But
is
I'd
he?
still enjoy. He cheated on his wife and had a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's news to me. I did not know that.
Yeah, it happened like last year. He had a
Oh.
baby with somebody else.
That's uncool.
So he's on my shit list of celebrities, but I still enjoy the music.
I'm sorry. Tell me one rock star that didn't.
I know.
Honest.
I know.
Like, honest. Tell me one rock star that didn't cheat on his wife or.
Oh, there might be one or two, but the like
Even
grand
the
scheme of
Jesus
them-
lovers didn't. They
Oh, I'm
slept
sure they
around
did
too.
too.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they were probably worse.
They just didn't get caught.
They just didn't get
Yeah.
caught. So, okay, what's on top of your TBR? So, what books
Nothing.
are you hoping to read in Q2 2026? I just would like to pick a book up and read it start to finish without wanting to chuck my Kindle or my headphones across the room. Just one book. I don't care what book it is. Just want one book.
I have my NetGalley arcs that I have to read still, so those would be at the top. of
I
my
tried to
TBR.
start Lost and Found by Tara DeWitt, but my headspace was not. It was not in
Yeah,
that
it's-
headspace.
Yeah.
I
It's gonna
went
be
for about a
rough
half.
one.
Never.
I went for about 3 chapters, and I'm like, okay, I'm out for a while.
Yeah, that's definitely like one of my top ones, but I think
Mhm.
my very top one probably for Q2 is Lainey Hatcher's The Last Book in the Kirby Falls
Oh,
series.
yeah, I'm
I am
excited about
very
that
excited
one.
about that. It's out in May. I forget what day, but that's probably the top of my list for Q2.
That's
Deborah Garland, who I'm obsessed with, has 2 books coming out. She's got one coming out in May. Like, I'm really looking forward to this one.
That's
This is-
Cormac's book, isn't it?
Yep, it's Cormac's, and
That's what I
I
thought.
don't know how she's going to redeem him, but I have faith in her.
Well, and it's
but
like big age gap. I'm
yeah,
excited about that
I'm
one.
super stoked. She also is coming out with a new series, a new Mafia series in June. Excited about that. And then we get to go back to the Jameson Security Force, and
Mhm.
that I'm very excited about.
let's.
Lindsay, what about you?
I don't know, honestly. The one the Lost and Found by Tara DeWitt, I'm planning on reading. Piper Sheldon has Keeping Pace coming
Mhm.
out. I think that's in May as well, or early June. So that one's still a little bit further out. There were a couple that I was like loosely tracking, and then I was just kind of like, I don't remember them. Like somebody will remind me or I'll forget. We'll see what happens. But I really want this book 3 in this Lauren Pelfreeman, The Wolf
Oh, yeah.
series. Like I read the first 2 and I just really want the 3rd book. I want to know. I don't even care how it ends at this point. I just want to know
Yeah.
That's
what
I haven't
decisions
read
she's
that one
making
yet.
as an author, because I have very strong expectations and I have like the very strong suspicion that I'm going to be rage levels of disappointed.
Jen Ellen
I-
says the new Neva Alta that's coming out at the end of May is what
Oh,
she is
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
anticipating.
I'm excited for that one.
I
It's
am
gonna
not
be good.
caught up on her stuff. I should try it again. Like I
Mhm.
tried the new Penelope Sky. I like Penelope Sky, but again, I just don't think I'm in the right headspace 3 chapters in, and I was like, not for me right now.
Yeah, I haven't started that, but I did download it. There was also, I don't know why I thought Aaron Nicholas had a release in second quarter. But I
Okay,
think she released.
she was supposed to,
Okay.
and then she got in her own little head. So we should have a book from her, I would say June. Her book 2 in her
Release it on
hockey.
my birthday.
Okay, well, I'll let her know.
The
Because
cover is very pretty. You guys will like the cover a lot.
yeah, I have read like a couple of words, but nothing of any value. She told me I would get my first read through in May. So probably end of May for you for beta reading, Lindsey.
That is one thing I've really discovered I love doing is beta reading.
And our authors love you for it.
They really do.
I'm a little over the top with the feedback.
No, you're
No,
not.
they love it.
You are exactly what they want and need.
So, and
I just love it so much because it's like, okay, I could tell you all the things especially like getting to do it for authors who like write books that are like genres or are authors that like I love, and I don't know, like it's just really fun.
You
I
want them to
have so
do
much fun.
well.
What?
You want them to do really well.
I do, but also it's like I can just be like, this is awesome, and this is awesome, and this is awesome, and I
This
don't
is
care
not
for
so
this,
much.
but you're doing like this, and this great.
Bonnie says you're great at it, Lindsey. So
Thank you. I love it so much. It's so fun.
it can be so fun. It can be so fun. And then it can be frustrating too, because I think Amanda and I have hit the frustrating side where you beta read something and you give feedback.
And then they ignore it.
And you're like,
what was the point?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about it. It's,
I don't care. I'm kind of like, I don't care if my feedback is ignored. Because like at the end of the day, it's art, and I'm like, I kind of think of it as like telling an artist what color paint to pick for their masterpiece. Like I'm not gonna do that. And
Yeah, no.
like it's got to be something they're happy with, but like I will fully share my opinions. Yeah, I love sharing my opinions, apparently.
shocking. None of us, not one single person here would have guessed that Lindsey likes to share her
That's weird.
opinions. Seems so out of character for you, Lindsey.
Seriously.
Minimal judgment, so many opinions.
See, and I have lots of opinions and lots of judgment.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Anything else on our TBR? I saw Jen Ellen mention in the chat that she is going to try the new Catherine Cowell. It is on my Kindle. I have bought the audio. People are talking about how it's really good. It feels a little different. It feels
Lindsey,
like
you
it
read
is
book one,
different.
didn't you?
fresh
I read
Catherine
it. I
Cowell's.
recommended it. It is my favorite Catherine Cowell's. It is not formulaic in any way. I don't want to give anything away because it is such a good journey. Like it's so different. The vibes are different because the brothers in this series, their dad was a serial killer, so they all have extreme trauma. Love a tortured hero. Like that is such a fun element. I mean, it's not a fun element, okay? Like I'm not like sitting here
No,
like,
yeah,
it is a
what
fun
you mean.
element
happen to
though.
these characters. No, it's not like that, but it's just like not an element she's played with before, and it adds like such a level of complexity, and the way she handled it in the book, like it is the best thing I feel like she's written.
Yeah.
And I've read all of the books.
The Across the Vanishing Sky, this from Starlight
Yeah,
Cove.
that's book one of the
And the
series.
paperback is gorgeous. I
So
bought
pretty.
this, actually bought it twice. The sprayed edged Catherine Cowell's cover. It's beautiful. The book 2 comes out.
I keep looking at it and I'm like,
In
I
May.
have no.
You're going to be
shelves right
so
now.
mad at yourself though if you don't have it though.
Oh no, I know, but I keep it in my cart and then I just move it to save
Where
for
at
later.
like Amazon or where do you Target?
It's everywhere. Like the sprayed edges are everywhere for it. I actually have it in
They
3
have
different
2
carts
different
right
ones.
now.
So they have the
That's
sprayed
fair.
edge version, and then they also have she always does like a dust jacket promo with her books now. Like every paperback that's come out since I think like the 3rd one in her last series, she's gotten really big into the dust jackets. So like they do different ones for different indie bookstores, but now this time like the indigo version of the book is actually being available at indie bookstores for the 2nd one. So like there's 2 totally different versions of the paperback with the sprayed edges. I'm just getting the dust jacket one. Just because like I don't need 2 copies of books.
Oh, you guys, the Twilight one is
It's real pretty.
really
I like
pretty.
the colors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really
So
Score
I'm on
comes
novel grounds right now.
Kennedy Ryan's Score comes out
Oh, yeah.
May
Mhm.
19th.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for this book. I actually, Britt, at the bookstore, there's a special cover version for indie bookstores. And I
Mm.
made
nice.
Britt go and order a bunch. I was like, I have to have this. And she's
Yeah.
like, I wondered what book I was going to get you to buy first. I said, I have bought other books at your store. She goes, yeah, but you do it without telling me you're buying those books. Like, I'll go in when Kara's working or at the end of my shift, I'll buy it. Because if I go in when Britt's there, she tries to give me a discount. I don't want a discount. Don't give me a discount. So I'm really excited for Score. And that indie bookstore cover is gorgeous.
I'm also excited about To Catch a Sinner, which is Dylan Allen's new book under her new pen name.
Yes.
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 Like, I'm very excited. It looks
That
very,
cover
like,
is really nice.
the cover is very pretty, and then it sounds like so intriguing. It sounds like drama and
Yes.
suspense, and I'm just like, I need it.
Tyler,
Cynthia
ahead.
Williams has a new book coming out.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, it's called, I can't remember what it's called,
I have to look
but
it up.
it's, I think it's a multi-author thing, or maybe it's like three brothers, but I can't remember if they're all hers or if there's three different authors, because I might be thinking of two different authors here. But it looks, I mean, I loved her stories that we read.
They're
and then
so messy. And
so messy.
you guys were talking about, we talked about her a little bit on Wednesday's episode when we talked about Mary Kay Andrews.
Oh, yeah.
And they have that messiness in common.
I love a messy book. Well, and that's like for me, like my reading, like first off, I'm having a hard time finishing books. Like, so I've just been reading a lot of novellas and things, but I've read a lot for like the spotlights, and more often than not, it's a trad spotlight. So I've been reading a lot of trad, but Tyler's new book, Tyler Page,
Yes.
her book is coming out.
On the
And
28th.
it's horror romance, and like honestly, it's one of those things you would not think go hand in hand, but there's something about the way that Tyler writes that it works so well. And honestly, if you talk to her, like even just watch her TikToks and stuff like that, like you can definitely like tell like this is a woman who loves that kind of stuff.
It's a final girl series, a final girl book. It's not
Yeah.
a series because it's a complete standalone. Another standalone comes out in the fall in October, November.
The covers are amazing.
This is the first book. I'm so proud of this book. Like, I am just cannot wait. I told Michael on Tuesday the 28th, I need the car because I am driving Tuesday morning to the Walmart to see if the book is on the shelves there. Because this is the first book as acquisitions for 1852 Literary that we sold to a trad publisher. Yeah. This was the first book. Like, we had some sub-rate deals and stuff. This was the first like deal that we did. And Tyler,
but it is a well-deserved deal also because it is such a good story.
Yeah. She is just one of those people you can't help but cheer on. And if you like the 80s slasher films, the vibes of like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, if you kind of like those vibes a little bit,
with more sex,
you should absolutely check out her book. It will be in Kindle Unlimited on release, and then the paperback.
But it's
is just gorgeous.
It's really well written. It's really well done, and honestly, like it's a I'd say it's like 375 or something like that page wise. It might be actually a little bit longer, but it doesn't feel like a long book because of the way that like she writes.
And like, if you want those pretty edges, I say buy it on Tuesday, the 28th.
They're gonna go
get
fast.
it ordered because there are absolutely none in her warehouse, and they have already started the second printing, and which will not have the pretty edges. So, but yeah.
I'm over here shopping, just an FYI. So Novel Grounds and Last Chapter both have the Catherine Cowles, and they are running deals but separate art prints. So
you have to buy it twice.
Well, there's two covers. There's an indie cover, and then there's like I don't know,
another indie cover.
Oh, speaking of covers, like BK Borison's new one, Grim Tidings. There's like 6 different covers, and I need them all. Because I have all the other ones from the first book. So
we're not going to talk about that. I actually was like moving because I thought that I had gotten a book from a publisher, so I wasn't going to request it. but I didn't. So I was like moving books around. I have a problem, people. A
Yeah.
problem.
We know you have a problem.
I have so many. Justin put together a Lego set that I bought myself to put on my bookshelf. I don't even have room for the Lego set. I have to get rid of some books.
I like to put Lego together.
I-
I actually been like shopping for because I don't like cut flowers. I like Lego flowers because they don't
Mhm.
die and you don't have to water them or anything. So I've been
Mhm.
like Michael bought me succulents for Christmas this year.
Yeah.
I love them, but I'm like I need some like things to spruce up my office once we get it built. I'm like, ooh, I can get all the Lego flowers.
I
I got Lego
Which one?
succulents.
I
The
went with
succulents, they're so cute.
I have the succulents. I have the
I like the mini pot ones too.
Michael or I went with the local book girls to the paint your own pottery place,
Oh,
and they had a book shaped vase. And so I bought it's a Lego set that is daisies and lavender, which I carried daisies in my wedding because I had a spring wedding and daisies are my favorite. So I carried daisies and lavender is one of my other favorite things. And so Mike went and got it for me. So look at this.
oh,
So I
that's super
bought the
cute.
Lego lavender and daisies to put in the book vase. So
Yeah, that's
cute.
super cute.
isn't that a great use of it? Thank you, honey.
Nora got the cherry blossoms for Christmas, so they're
Oh,
sitting like we
nice.
have a half wall between like two of the rooms, and so they sit in the corner of the half wall.
Yeah. So I love that, and it made me think. You know what? I don't like cut flowers.
Because they die.
And I can't keep a plant alive to save my life. I don't know if you guys remember. I used to have a plant hanging in my background, and
It died.
and it just died. The only time we'd notice it is like right before we go live, and Michael would be like, "Oh, I should take that down and water it," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Don't you ever water it?" I'm like, "What? I'm supposed to do that?"
I got tulips on Easter Sunday, like a pot of tulips. They're dead already.
I have a problem with plants that is opposite of what you're describing.
Of course. Nobody's surprised by that either.
No.
I
Do you talk to your plants, Linz?
call
that
them my
help?
I refer to them as my dog's siblings. I tell them that they're her siblings. I'm like, I'm watering your siblings, and then I'm like, I'm watering my Lily because my dog is Lily. So
Okay, well, Stanley, we have a hibiscus tree in the office. It goes out on the patio in the summer
It's for
because
Perry.
Perry eats hibiscus flowers. That's part of his diet. So in the winter, we bring it inside, and Stanley has stripped all of the leaves off the bottom of where he like stands, all the leaves down.
He's so naughty.
And so it looks pretty bad. I'm hoping when it goes out next week that it'll
Yeah, but then he might
Wait.
topple it over.
have I told you guys about my monstera and what I've done to my kitchen the last few months?
What is a monstera?
It's
a
a
plant.
big tropical plant. So tropical meaning it likes climates that are very humid.
You live in New Mexico.
I do. So let's just start with that. It likes humid climates allegedly.
Allegedly, because that
Allegedly.
thing is thriving in New
Okay,
Mexico.
but it's in
No,
your
it's-
kitchen.
Okay, so when I came here, you know, like the bathroom trash cans, like the really tiny, they're like a foot tall. The
Mhm.
whole
little
plant
ones, yeah.
fit in
Mhm.
one of those.
Okay.
Okay. Fast forward 4 years. It was 5 feet tall, over 5 feet tall, and it was growing new leaves. And I experimented with this plant. I was like, I'm gonna feed you once a month. And it got a little droopy, but it was like it acclimated. It acclimated to being fed less water, and it was fine. And I was like, this plant is psychotic. It's living up to its name. Like it is really, I don't know what I signed up for. And then I read online that they could get 10 feet tall. And I'm like,
I
"Ah."
just Googled it. Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm gonna cut it back. So like I'd already been cutting off like I gotten it to the point where all of the branches were just ones with holes. Like the ones that have like the holes in them versus like sometimes it'll grow ones that don't have the holes. So I'd cut off all the ones that didn't have holes because I didn't want that. But then it just kept growing. So I was like, well, typically with plants, like when you're pruning them, there's like a 30% max reduction rule. Well, I was like, I'm going to cut off 60% of the branches and see about propagating them. And then I'm going to see if the plant itself survives. The plant survived. it has grown new leaves in every single place where I cut the big branches off. Like I cut big branches off and then I propagated the leaves. Every single leaf propagated. So now instead of one, I have three of them because I grouped the cuttings into 2 other pots, and I was like, I think I'm going to try to sell them online because I was told recently by friends who moved across the country that they made a lot of money selling plants that they'd propagated like that. And I was like, that could be something.
There you go.
And then I have one that I'm going to give to a friend, and then I have one that I'm taking to my grandma when I go back for a wedding. But my whole kitchen counter was these propagated leaves for like 3 months, and not a single one died. The only one that died was one that I thought wasn't doing well, and I broke it in half before I realized it had actually grown roots. And then I was like, well, now you're too droopy because I broke you and you're going in the trash. It was like 30 little plants that I propagated.
Jesus. I
can-
wouldn't have done
I can
anything.
grow
I'd
a
kill
Lego
that.
flower like nobody's business.
Yep, Lego flowers all around. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at on Q2 of 2026. I'm not sure where we are at. We're lost little people. We need a map or something.
Do we though? Do we?
I don't know.
I mean,
don't
I'm
know.
still a chaos gremlin, so I mean, my proposition or my like idea.
It
like,
seems as if Amanda and Lindsey are the only ones really on track doing what they're supposed to be doing. The rest of us are like,
No, didn't you read the group chat the other day?
well,
Also, I don't know what happened, but I seriously had like 70 messages come in like all at the same time today on my phone on the group chat, and I think it was just like delayed stuff.
weird.
Oh, weird.
Because
Weird,
all
We
of a
were
sudden I had
talking
like
about baseball one day, and I was at work, and I was working.
we've been watching a lot of baseball on my house.
Okay. Well, let's get to It's That Time.
It's that time for
It's that time for
of
Book
the
of the Week. Book of the Week time. Heather, what is your book of the week?
I'm going back to my happy place, and I'm doing rereads. So I am listening to Dax from Sire Bennett.
Shocking.
I know he is. I did read Bishop earlier in the year.
I like Bishop a lot.
And I hop around, right? Like I pick my Bishop.
Well, you've read them
Dax,
all already, so
right.
you can hop around all
And I'll
the way.
probably do Stone because he's my favorite. Or Riggs, I have my faves.
That's fine. That's so funny.
Mhm.
Leah, what's your book of the week?
My book of the week is A Curse of Beasts and Magic by Janine Frost. It is book 1 of a trilogy, which I did not know was going to be a trilogy. She dropped that little nugget on us when we were talking to her the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? She's like, well, I thought it was going to be a duet, but then I decided, and I was like, what? She's like, I'm sorry.
So funny.
But it's such a great story. She has a really great storytelling, like the way she tells her story. So it's an urban fantasy, paranormal like blend. It's very interesting. But as like you're learning about the world, the heroine is learning about the world. So you're seeing all of it through the heroine's eyes and like learning all these different things, like as the character is learning it. And I love when we get that side of it. Like there's no showing, it's all an experience and things like that. And it's such an intricate world that she's created. And like there's this beast inside the heroine, but the hero is some sort of magical being. And I can't really tell you a lot because it is a book that you need to
but
read.
you have an interview coming up soon with her, so.
Well, we're very vague on that too.
Yeah, we
because
have
like
to
if
be.
you really give anything away, like it gives a lot
too
away.
much.
So yeah,
Okay.
but it's one of those books where like Amanda wanted to do the interview and I was like, sure, why not? Like, but I was like, oh man, this is really good. And
Yeah.
now I'm really grumpy because it's a trilogy, people.
Amanda,
first
what's your
book
book of
is
the
just
week?
So I needed like a little break from my arcs. And I'm reading Don't Remind Me by Lacey Burke right now. I'm about halfway through. So last year I did a quote poll for her on her second book, which I was really into, like her second book. I loved it a lot. I immediately bought book 1 after I read that one, and I'm kind of going back to it, but it's her Oh Brother series. It's set in Philadelphia. The hero in this book is a chef who's working with, his name is Jace, and he's working with Danny, who's she's putting together kind of like a symposium, and their restaurant is doing the food and stuff. But it turns out that like he's the brother of someone she dated in college. And they only briefly met like one time, but he doesn't remember her. But like, I don't know how to describe it. She writes like really layered characters. I am like immediately like invested when like these two books that I've read by her. I
Interesting.
really like her writing style. Like if you're looking for like a nice contemporary to just like kind of pull you in. And this one has like a little bit of she kind of has somebody stalking her a little bit in this. But it's just like, I don't know what it is, but like I'm immediately like rooting for these two to be together. Like the minute they're on the page together, like, and I feel it like the whole way through the book, and it was that way with book 2. So like, if you're looking for like a new contemporary, like chef romance, and there's a lot of food in
Excellent.
this. So
Okay. Lindsey, what's your book of the week?
So I read Piper Rain, The Hot Shot, and Wild Card. Wild Card is way better than the first book. It's really good. That would have been one of my favorite reads of the year if it didn't have one thing that was like a critical pet peeve. There's a whole chapter where this is spoiling nothing. There's a whole chapter where they're at the Last Chapter bookshop in Chicago, literally promoting all their other books and how there's not enough baseball books. And it just didn't fit in with the plot, and like that was my only complaint with the whole book, and it just really ticked me off.
I hate
It was
that.
a little different than what they like a lot of the stuff they've written. Like it had a little bit of darker tone to it. And they wrote like an author note at the end that kind of explained like what inspired the book, because it's a little like, for how Piper Rain usually is like lighthearted, like
Fluffy.
dabble a little bit in emotional complexity. This whole book was emotional complexity. Like it is a little bit heavier than what we typically get from them. And I loved it, except for that one chapter.
Okay.
And like I'm buying the paperback. So
Okay.
They
you know
were
how I
pretty
am about
paperbacks.
buying paperbacks. Like that is a high compliment if I am buying the paperback.
You are? Yeah.
Because also I'm hopefully moving soon. So
Um,
And then you'll have some bookshelves.
it's ignorant to all of that. The book must be had.
must be had. So I kind of have 2 books of the week. First, I did my local book club. We're reading Godsbane by Lindsey Richardson. I think this is a debut. It is a romantasy. It kind of dabbles in royalty, magic, politics, gods and goddesses. Ivy and Cal are enemies to lovers. It was good. I wanted more world building. It's not quite a completely immersive world, but it does read really fast, and there is an audiobook. So it was interesting. It's outside of my wheelhouse, but I know that we have a lot of listeners that really like romantasy, and I think that this is worth checking out. And then I went back. I had done a editorial read of Just Until You Love Me by Carrie Elks. It's part of her Fitzgerald family series. And I went back and I read it because when I'm reading it, editorial changes have not been made. I'm making suggestions. So I wanted to see how she fixed a couple of things, and I knew I would like it. You know what I mean? Like I knew that
It's Carrie Elks.
It's Carrie Elks. So this is West and Eden's book. It's A Marriage of Convenience. I really love the two of them together. They're opposites attracts, but he's been pining for her without anybody knowing it. And it's really good. I really like them, and they're so funny.
Read Winterville.
Yeah, read Winterville if you haven't read Winterville. So yeah, Just Until You Love Me by Carrie Elks. If you haven't read the Fitzgerald series, it's really good. But she writes messy, complicated families, which again, apparently I have a type, right?
Yeah, seriously.
So that's our quarterly reading check-in, or whatever this was. We want to know where you are as a reader right now. Are you slumping? Are you killing it? Is your TBR like 5,000 books long? Tell us what you're reading and what's on top of your TBR. And then come hang out in the comments and let us know all those things. If you are part of Patreon right now, we are voting for the community pick for our May reads. Baseball is our theme. So all the books and things we'll talk about on Wednesdays in May will be about baseball. So go over there and read or vote on Patreon if you're a member, because there is a tie. Shockingly enough, there is a tie. So, and then we're going to be off this coming Wednesday, but we'll be back on Sunday, April 26th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the YouTube, and then live on your favorite podcast feed immediately after. We are doing something new in honor of the NFL draft. We are hosting our very first ever trope draft. I think it's Amanda and Heather are going to draft their top tropes and fight it out and duke it out.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is about to be inundated with people, and it's so funny because I keep seeing people talking about, because if you've ever driven in Pittsburgh, it is the wild, wild west of exits, and it's like you don't know what you're coming to get.
Yeah, somebody talked about the I was editing Lainey Davis's new book that comes out, and I think in June, and she talked about the bridge that's the diagonal bridge that has exits off the bridge. Is it the Allegheny River
But
Bridge or
also,
something?
like when you merge onto the bridge, sometimes your exit is 4 lanes this way, and you have to cross all the traffic while other people are crossing this way. It is like bumper cars that you don't want to be bumper cars.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Which is why I hate driving in the city.
Anyway, so we are going to trope draft next weekend, so you want to make sure you tune in and see how well that goes. I gave them...
like, oh, there's going to be rules. That means I'm probably going to have to look
and Heather and I like the same tropes.
There are
so
30 tropes. We have a list of 30. It can only be picked once. You might get a steal, but overall, you know, there are going to be rules. So
I'm excited to listen.
Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out and joining us and updating us all on your current what you're reading.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Until next time, everyone.
Happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at BuzzingAboutRomance or on Twitter at BuzzingRomance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.